Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge, Folge 8. Oh.
The chalice of knowledge.
Also die roten zählen oder 1, 2, 3,
And these
4,
red rocks, like
5.
precious stones, lie
Ne, ich schau mal hier
fixed,
beim Strich an, das ist
set
wieder beim
in
Strich.
divine gold.
1.
To be the guardian of the
3,
Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it.
6.
I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
The chalice of knowledge.
1, 2, 3, 5. Ja, 5. So, das wären dann 5 Stück. Ja, anscheinend doch nicht. Mann.
The chalice of knowledge.
Das Band ist doch not.
The queen has little protection. Drake talked about a particular volume.
Das ist 1. Ja, so habe ich sie auch abgespielt. Was ist denn jetzt die scheiß Kombo? Mann. Eins, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Das sind eh über 10 kann man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dann nur das 2, 3, 4, 5. Ja, 5 sind das also. Da geht nichts anderes. Er hat von den roten Dingern gebrochen.
And these
Das
red
andere
rocks,
eben aus.
like precious stones, lie
The chalice of knowledge.
fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
The chalice of knowledge.
Was soll ich denn machen?
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the
Nee, dann
chessboard of the
verstehe ich
gods. Let those of us
Definitiv
who are
ist das
still
9.
standing protect our
Und das
white
hier ist
queen from
5,
their
also ich
dark
hier durch.
soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Ah, 3. Ach so, 1, 2, 3 Felder waren frei und dann kam die erst, deswegen 3. Ach so. Weil das Feld, wo drauf stand, ich habe das gerade gezählt. Beim ersten Mal habe ich dann die 3 Felder gehabt. Und dann, wo drauf stand, habe ich 4 gehabt. Weil ich das mitgezählt habe. Später habe ich, aber ich beim ersten Mal gleich das mitgezählt, schon viel früher gehabt. Habe ich das überhaupt gezählt? Das ist ein bisschen komisch. Naja. Bis zum nächsten Mal werde ich das nicht mitzählen, dann will ich das mehr dann weiter. Gut, dass ich da wenigstens jetzt weitergekommen bin, dass die anderen Sachen wenigstens richtig waren. Das Buch liest das Ökonomie und ich will mich beim anderen nur. Das kann ja mal passieren. Kapitel 8. Back in Riverside. In der namenlosen Buchhandlung verfolgte Pierce suchten Einbruchs, entdeckte, dass Charles Hawkins hinter dem Einbruch steckte. Pierce öffnete den Tresor des Buchhändlers und fand dieser und Sarah Hawkins darin aufbewahrt hatten. Ein in Menschenhaut gebundenes Buch lag an. Als er es öffnete, wurde sein Geist in einen anderen Körper projiziert. Und hätte ich vorher schon die Frau nicht mitgezählt, hätte ich aber schon vorher hier gewesen. Also sind wir jetzt bei der Sendung nicht rumhocken. Yes. An der Uhr gedreht, es ist schon so spät. Ja, ihr Leute, so.
What's this Dr. Kingsley's patient right now? He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to worry him when that's the case. Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Jenny, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Coleman, with your patient. There's nothing and can't pity him. He's catatonic. What can you tell me?
Wie jetzt?
He was agitated and out. We're about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he fell on a fetal position. He's waking up. I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on our line? He said he worked with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Miss Baker. Yeah, the woman at the head of... Oh, did you have questions?
This man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically
Alles
asked
rein, da
us
kann ich
not
jetzt
to
nicht.
bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
What can you tell me about him?
He was highly agitated an hour ago. We were about to tie him down when he fell asleep. 10 minutes ago, he curled up into a fetal position. I thought he was waking up,
Was geht
but
jetzt
no.
los?
I don't recognize him. Did he just arrive on the island?
He said he worked on the docks, but not with Captain Fitzroy. I think he works for Ms. Baker.
Who?
You know, the woman at the head of their gang. They call her Cat.
Oh, I see.
Do you have other questions?
What are his symptoms?
His temperature has been going down, his skin losing its color, his body rigid. I closed his eyes myself. They were glassing over. I didn't want them to dry out, and I couldn't bear to look at the expression on his face.
You did well. Don't worry. Let's stay professional, if you will. Show me his file.
That's not possible.
Don't tell me Dr. Fuller has taken this file as well. We need it.
That's why I called you. This man's ailment has been hidden from us.
Come on now. What was he treated for?
An intoxication, I was told, after inhaling chemicals.
That'll do for the time being.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body. 30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes, like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would
Das
go
machen wir
away
in der
by
nächsten
itself.
Folge. Bis dahin. Tschüss.
You know-
Bis dann, gell?
I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous.